Hello everyone, this is Bengyella from Pennsylvania State University, the United States of America. I am Assistant Research Professor. I'll be giving a talk today on cannabis agrochemicals, a scaffold for heavy metals contaminant entering cannabis consumer products. Legalization of cannabis species in multiple countries across the globe has led to the production of fiber cannabis, grain cannabis, smokable cannabis, and dual purpose cannabis. And even in so, because of its multi purpose usage in the nutritional industry as well as the textile industry. But in the nutritional industry, its usage has gained steam. For instance, 3 teaspoons of hemp hearts produces lots of carbohydrates, fat, proteins, calories, vitamins, and most importantly, minerals. But with these minerals, it also contains heavy metal contaminants. Because of these safety concerns of heavy metal contaminants, we set as objective how does cadmium, arsenic, mercury, and lead interact with the cannabis plant. Number two, can cadmium, arsenic, mercury, and lead contaminants be prevented in our consumables? For this purpose, we perform a meta-analysis of all published data available in Scopus, Google, Scholar, Gray extracts, books, index and unindexed book, FAO and WHO archives literature, and we synthesized those information and useful relevant articles were read and resynthesized both qualitatively as well as quantitatively. Some of the results we found was this. At the molecular level, we found that cannabis species as a whole constitutively express heavy metals transporter genes, among which we have inorganic phosphate transporter 1,1, inorganic phosphate transporter 1,4, heavy metal transporter 3, and vacuolar cation protein exchanger. Because they are constitutively expressed in this plant, suggests that irrespective of the growing substrate, if these metals are available, they will be absorbed and incorporated in the plant. For instance, we found quantitatively that in alkaline soil pH greater than 7 or acidic soil pH lesser than 7, that if mercury is present in a growing substrate, it will be differentially absorbed. That was true with all the other heavy metals contaminants, namely cadmium, arsenic, lead, uh, in the growing substrate. We also found that because of the interlocking relationship between the heavy metals constitutively express heavy metal genes and the proteins they encode, if any of the heavy metals are present in the growing substrate, they can be absorbed by the plant in a very silent manner, intrinsically. We found that cannabis as a whole have the ability to remediate heavy metals from the soil and metabolize them. But in excess, the heavy metals, lead, mercury, arsenic, chromium, and cadmium, they overpower the photosynthetic machinery and create oxidative stress that leads to the eventual phytotoxicity toxicity, and death of the cannabis plant, which can be damaging economically to growers and have a direct consequence on consumers. We found that the exit point of these heavy metals in cannabis product is seeds, the trichomes in the flowers, as well as fibers that is used to make clothes and other textile materials, which is of great concern to the whole cannabis consumer industry. Based on our studies, we found a two-way solution that can be applied to prevent heavy metal contaminants in consumer products. These two-way solutions are namely site selection, site management. In this two-way solution, two are more critical, which growers must pay attention to: site selection, that is, cultivating cannabis far away from mines and industrial zone, and site management, avoiding sites which are highly rich in ambuscular mycorrhiza, which is known to enhance the absorption of cadmium, lead, copper, chromium, zinc, nickel from the soil. We showed in our study that arsenic at 0.02 ppm, cadmium at 0.06 ppm, chromium at 0. or greater than 0.05 ppm, mercury at 0.01 ppm, and lead at 0.1 ppm causes major dysfunctionality in vital organs of humans. Therefore, we are proposing, following this mental analysis, that the hidden cause in the usage of cannabis agrochemicals will be the lack of heavy metals contaminant regulation at the agronomic level, since the impact on humans is very heavy should the heavy cannabis be contaminated by any of these heavy metals. At this point, I would like to thank the organizers of Emerging Scientists Conference and Penn State University, as well as students that I have in my lab. They are performing research in heavy metal absorption in cannabis. Thank you all.